Good morning, everyone. Come on in. We're going to give just a second for everyone to come in and join us. But for those of you who might be joining us on the replay, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Looks like I got a little bit of dark. Look, you see this? This is what lighting does. Woohoo! Gotta love it, right? All right. So as you all come in, just be sure to say hello. Let me know that you're here. Just comment down in the comment stream there. That just lets me know who's here and who's hanging out with me. For those of you who might be joining on the replay, again, thank you so much for coming and checking us out. We no longer have a specific time that I will be here, only because my schedule tends to be different each day. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be something that I can necessarily like lock in, if that makes sense. So basically, I will plan to be here Monday through Friday, sometime between 8 and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm typically going to try to have it be around that 8 o'clock time frame, but there will be some days where that just will not work. Okay. Good morning, Margaret. So thankful that you are able to pop on here today. So we are going to talk a little bit about ownership. Okay. So here's something that I think, first off, I'm gonna speak to the leaders on this first part. Okay, so a leader is anyone who has sponsored somebody into the business. I don't care if you have one person in your downline or if you have 100 people in your downline. Does not matter to me. The second that you sponsor somebody, you become a leader. Okay, that now becomes a new role for you if it's not something that you've already done. Okay, so we tend to, as leaders, as someone who has brought somebody else into the business, we tend to get caught up and almost take personal ownership of that person's business. Okay. And we have to be very careful in doing that, because here's the thing. Okay. First off, do not forget that that person signed up to be a independent distributor. Okay, so I'm going to say that word again. Independent distributor. Okay, when they sign up as a Premier Designs jeweler, they are signing up to have their own business. They're not signing up to be our employees. Okay, so we have to remember that. We have to remember that we are to be building and creating independent distributors, not dependent distributors. Okay. And so often, those of us who are leaders, we tend to, as I said, kind of take that personal ownership of the businesses of those people who come in. And we tend to want it more for some people than perhaps they want it even for themselves. But it's very important for us to keep in mind that we can only be there to assist in training. We can only be there to even offer trainings, because y'all, just because you offer trainings does not mean that people are going to show. Okay, it doesn't mean people are going to show up and attend. So that being said, we are there to create an atmosphere where people can come train. Okay, we're there to create an atmosphere, even if we're not running our own trainings, to make sure that they are hooked up with a local training group that they can get to. Okay, now that being said, again, they're independent distributors. We have to stop as leaders taking on that responsibility and that ownership of whether or not someone chooses to come in the business and be successful, or whether or not someone comes into the business with excuse after excuse after excuse as far as why they can't work their business or why their business is not working. We have to understand we cannot work that business for them. We can only offer them the tools and allow them to do what they will do with it. Okay? So remember You only have control over what you do in your own business. So now this is going to speak to anyone and everyone who has a jeweler number in Premier Designs right now, whether you are a leader or you are a jeweler or you are whatever, okay? Your business is the good, the bad, and the ugly based on what you do with it. Your upline, your sideline, your downline, your whatever, that is not, it should not be an indicator for you as to how you're going to run your business. Does that make sense? Okay. So, and I'm hoping y'all are hearing this morning, that this comes out of love. This comes out of, first off, as leaders, we have to be willing to let ourselves off the hook a little bit and understand that as long as we are creating an atmosphere where people feel they can come and train and they feel as though they can come and talk to you and ask questions and things like that, and you check in with them periodically, you are doing your job as a leader. Do not think for one moment that whether you do that or don't do that, that should determine whether they succeed or they don't succeed. Because y'all, allow me to just explain where I'm coming from here, okay? When I came into the business, my upline was still very new, okay? My personal Premier mom, who was also my actual mom, had only been in for a month before I signed up under her. She worked full time. She had a whole slew of other things going on. She did not have as much time on her hands to do things, to research things, to find things, etc., as what I had, because guess what? I was a stay-at-home mom. So I had plenty of time because both of my children were in school full time. So I had more opportunities and more time on my hands to be able to get out there and get my hands into lots of different things and try different things out and research things and everything else. Her Premier mom had only been in for a year, also worked full time. So she was also not having the same, and not only worked full time, but her husband is a part owner of a large business. Okay. Good morning, Shannon. So needless to say, she didn't have the same amount of time as what I had. Okay. So they had not experienced a lot of the things that I was kind of coming across and being like, well, hey, have you guys dealt with this yet? And things like that. I really spent a lot of time researching things and then sending them ideas and saying, hey, have you guys tried this? Or, hey, I'm thinking about checking this out. What do you think? Okay. So please know that no matter what your upline, sideline, downline is doing, your business will be the good, the bad, and the ugly based on what you do, not on what they do. We are business owners, which means, now, yes, don't mistake this. This is a business that you get to work for yourself, but you don't have to do it by yourself. Okay, but here's the thing. If you ever find a time where you feel like your sideline, downline, upline, whatever is letting you down, that's because you went in with expectations of what you felt they should have been doing. Instead of just looking at your own business and saying, you know what, this is what I need to do in my business to be successful. This is where I need to go. This is what I need to do. I need to make sure that I'm going to trainings. I need to make sure that I'm getting out there working my business. I need to make sure that I am researching new ideas when maybe what I'm doing isn't working the best. You have to take ownership of that and say, you know what, this is my business. So here's the thing. I have just come to learn over the years that I cannot take ownership of anyone else's business, because that is their business, and what they choose to do with it is 100% up to them. I can only take ownership of my own business, which means I also have to take ownership of what I choose to do with my time, with my business, with my hostesses, with my customers, etc. Only I can determine that. Okay. So I just want to kind of leave you with that today, and just kind of put it in your mind there a little bit that we do want to make sure that we are placing our ownership and our feelings of ownership in the right spot. Okay? Because you cannot run somebody else's business or take ownership of their business. All you can do as a leader is offer your time, offer your knowledge, offer trainings, whether it's yourself personally or to say, hey, there's these local trainings in your area and that kind of thing. Those are the only things that you can do. You cannot work that business for them. So if their business is suffering, if they are not being successful, don't take ownership of that, because that is not your business. It is not your place to take that ownership. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So hello. Good morning to everyone. All right. So that is kind of what I want to leave you with. I know today's was short, quick, but I have a daughter who needs to have access to my bathroom, which happens to be right in the same area as where I do my scopes and my nuggets, I should say. Okay. And she has to go to work. So I promised her that I would be done by 8:30 so that she can make sure to be able to get rolling with her day. So anyway, so I just wanted to leave you guys with that. I hope that helps in some way, shape, or form. I hope maybe for those of you who have been struggling with just that what do I want to say? Just that feeling of like almost desperation when you want so badly for someone to succeed and you start questioning yourself going, what am I doing wrong as a leader that's not assisting them in their business enough, that's not helping them to succeed? What am I doing or not doing? Okay, and here's the thing. While yes, you need to be there as a leader, because we are not a business who just signs people up and says, go have fun. Okay? We don't do that. What we do is we cultivate a feeling of family and to let them know that we are there and to share ideas with them and things like that. But you cannot take ownership of whether or not they do anything with those tools that you've given them. Okay. So leaders, you have to let yourself off the hook a little bit, in the sense of, as premier moms, we tend to kind of want what's best for our premier children. And we want to, hey, let's, do this. And then you're going, if they would only do what I'm telling them to do, they might have some success. They might be able to do. Listen, you can only offer them the tools. And if they don't take it, that is on them. That is not on you. And for those of you who have your own business, remember, you are a business owner. You're not an employee. Do not wait for your upline to tell you what you should do or how you could do it or whatever. Get out and research. Take ownership of your business and go do things for yourself. Okay? Because that is how you are going to become an independent distributor and someone who can stand on their own 2 feet. Because y'all, I am on my 3rd premier mom. Okay, I'm on my 3rd premier mom. So make no mistake that you could find yourself in this business longer than your upline, which means you have to know how to run your own business without hoping that this person or this person or this person is going to tell you how to do it. Because what happens when this person and this person and this person are no longer there? So become an independent distributor. Get out there, do what you need to do to be able to build your business and so forth. Yes, talk to your upline. Feel free to go to them and ask them questions and things like that, but don't wait for them to come to you and say, hey, what do you need? Understand? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go. look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I will still be here Monday through Friday. I'm still going to make this a daily thing, and I'm going to do my best to be here sometime in between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just so that you have an idea as to when I'm going to be popping on, like I said, I'm going to do my best to try and make it to 8 o'clock, but there might be some mornings where that won't work. Okay, so look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here. Continue to comment down in that comment stream and let me know if this helped you out in some way, shape, or form, or if you have any questions or anything about anything that I shared here today. Put that down in the comment stream as well. Thanks so much, guys. Have a blessed day.